Hey guys, it's Maree here, and I'm so excited I get to share with you guys. I was brought up Greek Orthodox, right? So there was a belief system. I 100% believed in God. I knew that he was real. I didn't follow him at all. I lived like a devil, but I knew that he was real, and I would pray. I would pray every night, just a basic prayer. Thank you, God, for taking care of everyone that I love and care about, you know? And in saying that though, what I was taught with church and stuff like that, you know, I'd just go to church Easter and Christmas, make the family happy, or, you know, do the traditions that we needed to do without knowing the meaning as to why we do it. You know, eventually after a while, the meaning of things get lost when it's just done out of repetition, you know. As a teenager, I really loved life. I'm like naturally positive minded and stuff, and but I loved life so much. I was like perverted. I loved all the bad stuff, the corruption. I had a whole heap of, like, a group of friends that were on the same path. They loved all the bad stuff and, you know, sex, drugs, rock and roll type thing. And so that was my mission in life. You know, I was a social butterfly, but loved getting wasted with my friends on the weekends. You know, as a teenager, I was a bong head. So I couldn't, at some stage, I couldn't actually function without smoking weed before going to school. And yeah, I looked like an angel, but I was just such a devil, you know, inside, just really sweet, but very, just loved all that bad stuff, you know. And a big thing that I noticed, that was because I loved music so much, that music really influenced what I was doing. Like, you know, hip hop, that had the correlation of smoking weed. I loved that old rock, you know, 60s and 70s rock, and that really made me love that hippie scene. You know, loved Jimi Hendrix and Jim Morrison and all of that, and just, so it made me want to take acid and LSD and stuff like that. So I needed to try everything. I just love that free, you know, life, peace, love, hippie, you know, getting loose kind of thing. But yeah, I didn't realize that all just led to destruction. That led me into the harder drugs, you know, MDMA, ecstasy, that is, and speed and cocaine. And, you know, just every weekend I had to party. I had to be out and about in the city, you know, Thursday night to Sunday night, getting wasted, you know, being flirtatious and sexualized and sensual, you know, how it is in the world. And but yeah, anyways, when I was 23, so I came back from Greece, and everything kind of changed. A lot of my friends were like just smoking ice, and they didn't want to go out so much. They wanted to stay hibernated at someone's house and just smoke all weekend. And I ended up doing that too eventually. And yeah, went into a little spiral there, well, big dark spiral, and met a guy, and we got together, and, you know, he was dealing drugs and ice as well. So it was just a bad combination. So from 23 to 25, that was the first time I properly got like full addicted to ice. I started losing myself. I was really skinny. My hair was thinning out, you know. Yeah, it's just, I didn't have my confidence anymore, which I always had my confidence. That would actually flip into pride even, you know, before that. But all of a sudden, things started changing, and I started losing myself. January 2010, me and my then boyfriend, we decided to go cold turkey off the drugs. And so that, you know, for 3 weeks, that was awesome. And then all of a sudden I had this amazing encounter with Jesus. What happened was I was reading my horoscopes. I was very much into New Age, of course, and that spirituality stuff, because I was searching and seeking, and I was lost. And yeah, and as I was reading my horoscope, I was just at work in the office, you know, and I felt a physical pinch on my chest where my cross was. Again, I wore that cross just because that's what you do, you know, being Greek Orthodox. It didn't have meaning as such to me. It was more just a cultural thing. And yeah, man. And then anyways, it was a physical pinch. I looked down, I was drawn to my cross. I was like, how did my cross pinch me? Felt it, There was nothing, you know, no sharp edges. Went back to reading my horoscopes, and then I hear the voice of the Lord speak to me, and the presence of God came upon me. I could feel him. And God said to me out loud, like audibly, you know, stop reading these horoscopes because they're bad for you. And man, I freaked out. Like, it was like the spirit of the fear of the Lord came upon me. And so there was a reverence there, that kind of freak out. And man, I went into my car at lunchtime and I just bawled my eyes out. I started repenting and I was like, wow, God, that was you. That was you speaking to me. When you hear God's voice, there's no denying it. You can't, oh, was that you? Oh, maybe that was some. When you hear his voice speak to you that loud, it shakes you to your core. You're never the same again. I met Jesus. I found the treasure. I found the one that my heart was always looking for. I found the one that I was trying everything in the world to get satisfied. Relationships, you know, drugs, sex, rock and roll, going out, being always busy and stuff like that. Always trying to fill a void when I was just really seeking for the lover of my soul. And that was Jesus. And the moment that I met him, there was no turning back. You can't, you know, there is a renewing of the mind that was happening for me. I needed to learn how to, well, say no to drugs. But I also needed to know that Jesus was the one who forgave me of my sins. That Jesus was the one, and he kept saying that to me. He kept telling me a few things. He kept telling me God is love. I didn't understand it. He kept saying it to me, and eventually the coin dropped. You know, after a long time, he kept telling me that I'm the one that forgives you, not other people. So even when I was honest with my then boyfriend about cheating, it wasn't about him forgiving me. It was about God forgiving me. And he was the one that did forgive me. So so those that have forgiven much love much. I was so appreciative. I was so grateful, and I still am, like, forever grateful that he would love me enough to actually transform me into the person that I'm truly created, meant to be, you know, the way that he created me. Now no one can take that away, you know. I experienced God's goodness and his loving, beautiful kindness, and he just completely just changed my heart, man. And he just took me. Oh my gosh, he just took me and he accepted me and he loved me and he brought me close to him and he told me that I was his. And yeah, you just can't get that from anything else in this whole world. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I just love him so much. And yeah, he's the best. But yeah, like, and in that time when I met Jesus as well, and it was about 2 years before I actually started going to church, but in that time I was so alone and I just had God. And it was so awesome because he's truly the one that did take me out of the addiction of ice. He's truly the one that did keep teaching me how he was one. The cross, him being crucified, him being resurrected was the only reason that could set me free. And knowing that shows me the love of God, which made me, it gave me identity. It creates something in you where it's not just head knowledge, it's not just knowing the Easter story or the Christmas story. It's actually knowing for real that he did that, and it creates something in here. And then you start becoming that. You live it out, you walk it out. Then I was just addicted to the Bible, and he truly changes your heart. He truly gives you a new heart and a new spirit. Yeah, anyways, I hope that blesses you, and God is just so good, guys. And if I can give you any tip in the whole world, is that yeah, get to know him, because he's the best and he loves you, and he makes us good. He makes us good. It's awesome, because we're not good without him. I don't care who we are. We can do all the nice, best things in the world, but yeah. Anyways, love you guys.